going on, CB?
In 1/2 mile, take left and east.
Headed to the Colony, Texas. I'm in El Paso right now.
Take the exit on the left to I-10 East. Continue on I-10.
Nice. To Lancaster, Texas. You coming over to Landstar or what? Nice. Yeah, just get with the recruiter and make sure that you're 100% ready, because that's what I thought too. I went and got my truck inspected, and then I called her and she's like, oh yeah, it takes like a day or two for us to get the results back. And then she goes, now I need you to go take a drug test. These are the locations. I'll send it to your email. Then I went and did that, which it was on a Friday. And so by the time I got done with that, the recruiter was already gone. So then I had to wait till that following Monday. And then that following Monday, she's like, oh yeah, we need you to do a couple more things. We need to get with Wasatch to get the copy of the title so we can do the insurance and da 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 da. So it was like almost a whole nother week before I was actually ready to go. And then it was like Thursday or something like that. And she goes, yeah, we still need to get your updated medical card from the state of California. It's not showing up on the system yet. And she's like, and I'm going on vacation. I won't be back until Monday. So I had to like emergency call the California DOT and get like them to fax a copy over to Landstar and like, oh, it was such a hassle. And then I had to deal with a different recruiter because my recruiter went on vacation, and this other recruiter was like, oh, you need to do this, you need to fill out this form, you need to do this. Get to orientation until the following Monday. Like, I just drove to the Fort Worth, Texas yard, and then I didn't get orientation day until the next day. So just make sure you're 100% ready with the recruiter before you leave and not have work. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be over there at the Landstar Fort Worth yard tonight, do my 10-hour reset, and then get something out of Fort Worth tomorrow. Looking at some stuff on the load board right now, but I'm trying to stay out of certain areas, and most of the loads are going to those areas that I don't like going to, because I'm taking a week off for my 10-year anniversary with my wife. We're going out to Vegas, so I'm trying to stay, south central part of the United States, or like southwest. But the good paying loads are going East Coast, Florida, or like Pacific Northwest, which I don't really like going to those places, but nothing good pops up by like 1, 2 o'clock today. I'll probably end up going to like Portland, Oregon or something. And then from there I'll take a a crap load down to Northern California, then get out of California, maybe back to Texas or something. The lanes over here are pretty similar to lanes across like all the trucking companies. So once you get over here, the only difference is instead of somebody telling you where to go, you get to pick where you go. From what I've noticed from the time that I've been here, the good lanes are, you know, Texas to Illinois area, like Pacific Northwest, or like Texas to California. There's a lot of good freight going to Florida and Alabama, but the stuff coming out of there is either like really short distance and low rate, or like crazy heavy and low rate. So, and same with Pacific Northwest, like most of the stuff coming out of the Pacific Northwest is like crazy heavy, and it's paying like less than $2 a mile. So I try to avoid those places. Only time I'll go is if it's paying like extremely well, where like deadheading or taking a crap load really isn't going to affect me. Like I was just in Seattle last week because I took a load from Missouri up to Tacoma, Washington, that paid $7,000, and then so I took a dollar load going back down to California. I'd spent a day at home, and now I took a load from San Diego out here to Texas. So you'll get the hang of it. It's a hell of a lot better than being dispatched. Like literally, I'm home all the freaking time because of the lanes that I pick. Like I go out back and forth from Texas to California a lot. So you'll love it over here, man. When you get out of orientation over there, no, I got a trailer. It took a couple of days to get a trailer because I finished orientation on a Thursday. They didn't have one for me by Friday, so then I also had to wait till that following Monday. Then they sent me, which is cool, is if they send you somewhere to get a trailer, they pay for your fuel. So they sent me all the way from Fort Worth, Texas to I can't even remember. It was like 300 miles or something like that is where they sent me to go get this trailer. And so they paid for the fuel, but when I got there, the trailer inspection on the trailer was like a year overdue. It had 2 flat tires. One of the brake shoes was like completely gone. It was just like metal piece hanging. So the trailer was messed up. So I called trailer maintenance to see if they wanted me to take it somewhere, if they were going to send somebody out to repair it. And they told me that they were going to decommission that trailer. So then I kind of just wasted a whole nother day going to get in that trailer. So I called trailer utilization back, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna find you a trailer. Just hang tight." And so what I did is, you go on the load board, and for where in the like they'll show you this stuff in orientation, but there's a section where you put what agency the load is by, and if you put SOS in there, don't put anything else, and just hit search, the SOS loads are like loads that a driver picked up and broke down or got into an accident or they didn't have anybody that could book that load, or like a driver didn't show up to pick it up, and they desperately need that load picked up, and it's already a preloaded trailer ready to rock. And that's what I did. I put in SOS, and there was an SOS trailer like 100 miles from where I was at. That was a preloaded dry van. The driver had gotten into an accident, and all I had to do was drive over there, pick up the trailer from the wrecking yard, and take off and deliver the load, and that's how I got a trailer. You can do power only. When you get there to, if you're doing the Fort Worth, Texas terminal for your orientation, there's, in the break room, there's a power only agency's advertisement on the board, and it's power only from Texas to California. I believe it's reefer. It pays, I think it's like $2.18 a mile, but it's like steady work because it's drop and hook at both ends. So literally you pick up preloaded trailer in Fort Worth area, you take it out to California, then you pick up another preloaded trailer, you take it back to Texas. You're gonna buy your own trailer? If you're gonna buy your own trailer, I'd look into buying a reefer trailer, because Landstar doesn't do reefer like with Landstar trailers. Yeah, I'm pulling a Landstar dry van. My plan is I'm gonna start building a fleet, and since Landstar doesn't do reefer, like all the reefer loads that Landstar has are for drivers that already have their own reefer trailer, or like power only. So since the dry van side of, if you're like hauling a Landstar trailer, there's a lot of drop and hook dry van stuff, so it's kind of pointless to buy a dry van trailer. So what I'm gonna do is, when I get my next truck, right after I get that next truck, I'm probably gonna buy a reefer trailer and get that truck on like a dedicated account for reefer, so that way I don't have to really worry about dispatching them. And then, like, I want to throw a team in it and just run team truck, like running reefer. And then Landstar has flatbed and step deck, so I might get into that side of it too with like my third truck. I may get a straight truck, one of those less than loads, the expedited freight. I might get one of those too. I've been looking. Once you get over here and you get access to the load board, just check out, like, if you're already on a load and you're not looking for a load for yourself, just hop on the load board and just put wherever you're at and check the different types of loads. There's a lot of reefer loads. There's a lot of less than load, the LTL or like expedited, and there's a lot of what's it called, flatbed stuff. So I haul the dry van, with the Landstar dry van, because I do a lot of dropping hooks. Like this one I'm on right now was live load, but I'm dropping hook at the final. So the only downside to running the Landstar trailer is a lot of times you'll get a trailer that's past due for its inspection, and so you got to take it to get the inspection done. Depending on if it's like really past due, you definitely want to take it and get the inspection done, because they can put you out of service until sorry, I lost signal. Yeah, if you do a drop and hook and you grab another Landstar trailer, if it's out of inspection, try to plan it into your schedule for your route, so you don't get put out of service. If it's just like a month or two out of service and you're gonna drop the trailer in a couple days, it kind of doesn't matter. But if you're gonna have that trailer for a week or more, you're doing live unload, live load, you definitely want to go get it inspected. It doesn't cost you anything, it just kind of takes a little bit of time depending on where you go. There's usually nothing wrong with the trailers. Like Landstar's really good at maintaining their trailers. It's just, you know, the previous driver didn't get it inspected and now it's going to be your responsibility. But other than that, like, I don't have no complaints. Plus all the loads over here, you're not really rushed. Like this load right here, I had a 3-hour window at my pickup to pick it up, like to get there to get loaded. And then I have a 2-day window, 24 hours a day for 2 days of a window to deliver this load. So I'm gonna get it there, like I'm getting it there as soon as possible so I can get on to my next load. But they give you a lot of like leeway on like picking up and delivering. It's not like how it was at Swift where you need to be there exactly on time and it needs to deliver exactly on time and they barely give you enough time to get it there. Like, I've gotten pretty lazy now that I'm over here because these loads have like plenty of time on them, and you book that sweet load that's paying a lot, you're just kind of like, oh, I'm not in a hurry, I'm gonna take my time. Like, I usually just set my cruise control to 65, even though my truck can do 75 now. The speed limit here in Texas is 75. I'm still cruising 65, and I'm somehow passing other trucks still, which is funny, because when I was over there at Swift, I was used to getting passed by everybody. Looks like my phone might die here shortly, so this video might get cut off. I'll do another update video soon. I'm waiting to hit my 90-day. Then I gotta go do a cabs class. up and down on his speed. 65, 62, 65, 62. Yeah, man, Landstar's great. I'm super happy. The only thing I see that being better than this is getting your own authority and running your own, which I don't think I'm ready for all that yet, because there's a lot of like office work side of things. Once you get over there, you're in charge of your own IFTA, all that stuff, which it's a lot of work. So, and you can build a fleet here at Landstar, get the whole side of like being a fleet owner well over here at Landstar, and then if you want to branch off and get your own authority, you can just do that. And you can even keep trucks over here at Landstar, get your own authority, and then add trucks under your own authority. Like once you get your own authority, you don't have to quit from Landstar. Landstar is pretty lenient with what they let you do. I mean, I've been out here, I'm coming up on my 90 day, like any day now. And Landstar's contacted me maybe 4 or 5 times. And it's nothing like, oh, like, we need you to do this, or you got to do this, you got to do that. It's just them checking up on me, making sure everything is good, making sure I'm making money. You know, they send me emails from time to time with videos to watch to help maximize my income, and it's pretty dope. I'm really happy. Like, I don't have one complaint. Actually, I lied. I do have one complaint. The only thing I didn't like about the Landstar like hiring process, like doing the orientation and all that, is the long wait to get a trailer. Like, I got out of orientation on Thursday. I didn't get sent to go pick up a trailer until that Monday. And then on top of that, it was a bad trailer, and I basically had to like hustle to get my own trailer. So the way I see it, like, they should know ahead of time, like, okay, at this location we have 6 drivers going through orientation. We should get 6 empty trailers brought to that location, or like, you know, if they're doing flatbed or whatever, so that way, like, as soon as they're done with orientation, they can just get to work. Because like one of the guys that went through orientation with me, he had been out of work for almost a month because he quit from whatever company he was at, then found out about Landstar, applied at Landstar, went through the whole recruiting process at Landstar. They had to go find a truck and buy a truck and then go to orientation. So he was out of work for a month. And then it took, when I left to go pick up the trailer that they sent me to go pick up, he was still waiting on a trailer. He was a flatbed guy. They wanted him to take a reefer power only load, so it was going to get him in an area where there was flatbed trailers, but he'd never pulled a dry van or a reefer before. So he was just like, I wouldn't even know what to do with that thing. I told him it's not much different, it's just tall as shit. But he didn't want to do it, so when I left from there, he was still waiting on a trailer. So that's the only thing I didn't like about the process. Everything else was like, just like applying at any other company. The recruiting process is pretty much the same. But once you get out here and you get rolling, like your first few weeks, you're really not going to make much because you're going to be recuperating from the days that you weren't working, and you're going to be getting the hang of things. So like my first 2 or 3 weeks, I was making about the same amount of money I was making at Swift. But once I got into the groove and I found out like what lanes work best for me and what I want to do, that's when I started making more and more money. And word of advice, get up whatever 6 a.m. is Eastern time, wherever you're at in the country. Get up, like if you're looking for a load, get up and get on the load board, because the early bird definitely gets the worm over here. I got up one morning, I was in New Mexico, and it's like New Mexico is a really like dead area. Like there's not very much freight coming out of there, and the stuff that was coming out of there was going, you know, 300 miles, 400 miles, and it was going to pay me like $400 or $500. And I got up 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and I checked the load board, and there was a load going to San Diego, and it wasn't paying a whole lot. It was like $1,800-$1,900, but it was light. It was like 10,000 pounds or something like that. And I saved it, like, and I went and I walked inside the truck stop, brushed my teeth, you know, went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, grabbed like my stuff for the day, got back out to the truck maybe 10 minutes max, load was gone. I was like, dang, I missed it. So definitely early bird gets the worm when it comes to looking for a load. And also you can look ahead of time too. So if you're booking a load, like say you're on a load already that delivers, like for instance, let's say tomorrow, and the day you picked up this load, you could start looking for your next load. You can even do it even more in advance than that, but I like to wait till I pick up the load before I book my next load. That way I know that load doesn't cancel. So that way, like, I pretty much know like I'm gonna be in that area to pick up that next load. So like right now, the only reason why I didn't book a load already when I picked up this load is because the load that I was keeping an eye on that I wanted to book was still showing that it was available. And I called the agent the day that I picked up this load, and the agent was like, yeah, it's still available. Let me get all your information and I'll send you over the rate confirmation and everything. And a couple of hours passed. I checked my email a few times when I stopped and I didn't have the rate con, so I called the agent back and the agent was like, oh yeah, that load actually already booked. And so yesterday I called on a couple of loads, but they were already gone. I'm looking at one right now that's going to Slimar, California. It's paying $2,800. That I might grab that one. I just don't like it, so I'm kind of waiting to see what else pops up. But like about 2 o'clock, if nothing else good pops up, I'll either go up to Portland, Oregon, or to that one in Slimar. But yeah, early bird gets the worm when it comes to the load board. If you have a wife at home, girlfriend at home, or whatever, you can give her access to the load board and she can actually find loads for you, so you're not having to do it every time you stop. Like while you're driving, she could be looking up load boards, and as long as you show her, you know, what's good, what areas you want to go to, what kind of weight you want to pull, she can find loads for you, and she can even call and book loads for you. You guys just need to be on the same page. I tried to show my wife how to do it, but she's super busy, so it's kind of like I'll just do it myself.